everyone, welcome back, welcome to my channel. So in today's video we're going to do reading 150 pages a day for a week. So we're going to do Monday to Friday. So I am working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I'm hoping that I can still read 150 pages, whether that's in the morning or after work or a mixture of both. So today is Monday and I have actually technically already read 150 pages today. I am trying to finish this book either tonight or tomorrow, so that's why I'm not really first. But the book I'm currently reading is Lady of Ashes by Melissa K. Rodrich. This is the third book in the Lady of Darkness series. Just for a little bit of a rundown of the series, we are following Scarlett Monroe, and she has to take this tonic every night, otherwise she has to like rest for days at a time. If she misses a tonic, it makes her very ill and she'll be up with nightmares and stuff all night. And brought up to be an assassin, so she is one of the I can't remember what it's called, but there's like three of them. You've got like Death Maiden, she's like one of the deaths. And basically we go through the story and we find out more about her, and then when she meets the general of the mortal armies, she then forces him and is like, you need to train me because I know I'm an assassin and I'm very good at what I do, but you can still beat me. I need you to train me. We kind of go from there, and I generally have loved this series. I haven't had a 5-star yet, but this one is feeling like a 5-star. First book was a 4, the second one was a 4.5. This is giving 5-star vibe. Book 4 I've actually ordered today because I told myself, yes, I'm on a book buying ban, but if it's a book series that I'm currently reading and I'm like, I need to get the next book and I'm gonna read the next book like straight away, I would allow myself to buy it. I'm honestly having the best time with this book. I sat on live reading sprints this morning. I was on page 72 when I started reading this morning. I'm now on 249. So I've definitely read 150 pages. I want to get as far through this book as I can today, so then I can just finish it off tomorrow morning and start a new book tomorrow. But I'm having seriously the best time with this series. I love our main characters. I love our side characters. I love the plot. I love the setting. I literally am loving everything about this series, which I'm so annoyed at myself for putting off for so long. I have owned these books for quite a while and I just have not read them. So like I said, this is book 3 in the series, Lady of Ashes. Book 4 is Lady of Embers and book 5 is Lady of Starfire, which book 5 is actually coming out on the 28th of August. Today is the 18th, so as I'm filming this, book 5 comes out in 10 days. I really have been loving this series and I'm so excited to sit and read this book today, and I thought I'd start this video while I'm actually like sat and I'm about to read more. So I've just got to part 2 of the book, which is Of Truths and Promises, and I'm so excited to just sit and read it. Like, honestly, this series is so good. I'll go through some of the books that are kind of on my radar for this video. So the main ones that are on my radar are my TBR for August, because we are over 2 weeks in and I've not finished a single book that's on my TBR. This is on my TBR for the month, but I also have another 5 books. I have been in a reading slump for the past 2 weeks, hence my previous video of get out of reading slump with me. If you've not seen that, go check that out. We have my TBR, so just for a recap, we have Fading Desire, Air of Storms, The Hurricane Wars, The Inadequate Air, and The Irresistible Urge to Fall Your Enemy. So they're like high on my radar. Other books right now on my radar are, we have Love Arranged by Lauren Asher, which comes out tomorrow. I'm planning to go and see if my local Works or Waterstones will have it. And if they do, I'll get it and probably will read that in this video, or maybe not. Other books are definitely high on my radar is any books that are on my autumn TBR, which I don't know whether I've spoke through in a video yet, but I have got a little autumn TBR. It's 10 books. So I have already read one, but the other books are The White Chilies, Name of the Wind, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, The Unmaking of June Farrow, The Notorious Virtues, The Glittering Edge, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, The Dead Romantics, and The Two Towers. So honestly, like, any books that are on my autumn TBR, as well as also A Pocket of Lies by R.A. Sandpiper, which is on a shelf that you can't quite see, but I really have been wanting to read that recently. So they're kind of the ones that are like most on my radar, and if I fail reading 150 pages a day, I have to add another 100 pages onto the page count. So we really do not want to fail, especially when I'm at work. Hopefully we do our 150 page goal every day, because I do not have the time to be reading 250 pages. A bit of a reading update. So I have continued to read Lady of Ashes by Miss K. Rodrich, and I'm now on page 308, so I'm just over halfway, which means technically full day today I've read 230 pages of Lady of Ashes. And then I ended up cleaning all my bookshelves and reorganising my books a little bit, and while I was doing that I was listening to the audiobook of The Dragon Republic by Arif Kwong, which I have literally, I think I finished The Poppy War like maybe back in November or October, and I did the audiobook of that as well, and I really enjoy the audiobooks for this series. So I started the audiobook of this one back in January, and I got about 100 pages in and never picked it back up, never picked the audiobook back up. Haven't paid for audio since. I'm gonna start getting back through this book yesterday. I decided that. So we have The Dragon Republic by Arif Kwong, and I'm now on page 241. So I don't know how many pages exactly that was, because I don't know exactly where I was, because I hadn't updated it from when I was listening to yesterday. Like the days that I have work, I will like actually keep count of whereabouts I was in the book if I am listening, so that would also be an option. But I'm really trying to get through The Dragon Republic. My goal is to get through The Dragon Republic and The Burning God potentially this month, or do one this month, one next month, so then we can start to get through some books. And also I do really enjoy audiobooks. I do have to be in the mood for them, and I am in the mood for it, so I think that's really good. I obviously, like I said, I listened to like 100 pages. I was just like sat and I was just like wiping shelves and cleaning surfaces and doing a bit of reorganization with my books, and it probably, I don't know how long I did it for, to be honest, but I did, obviously, like I said, I did listen to like 100 pages. A bit more of a track now how much I'm listening to The Dragon Republic starting tomorrow, and then obviously I can start counting that onto the page count for day one, which is today. I'm not going to count whatever I've listened to, because I don't have an exact point that I was at, like I was like mid one of the chapters. Tomorrow onwards, anything I listen to of this will also count towards the 150 pages. Let's get reading more of Lady of Ashes. Good morning. So it is day 2 of reading 150 pages a day. So I thought I would first tell you the amount of pages I read yesterday. So I read from page 72 to 331. I read a total of 259 pages yesterday, which one is crazy, but obviously I did also listen to the audiobook, but like I said yesterday, that's not counting for today, because that wasn't counting for yesterday because I didn't know exactly where I was. I do now, so any audiobook I listen to will also now count towards the page goals. Roughly yesterday I did listen to about 100 pages, so if we're taking that, that's about 359 pages roughly. But I'm gonna sit this morning and I'm gonna read some more Lady of Ashes. I really want to finish this book today. I have about 270 pages left. I'm gonna sit and read for a little bit this morning. I'm so excited to jump back into it. I honestly am just like obsessed, and I'm loving where it's going with like every point of view, every character, the plot. I'm just, yes, I'm gonna keep going. I'm so excited. Update, I've definitely read 150 pages today. I have just sat and finished Lady of Ashes by Melissa K. Rodrich. So I did end up going out and trying to find Love Arranged, and guess what? They didn't have it out. But it's fine. I then came home and I've just been on reading sprints for about 3.5 hours, and I said I'm not ending sprints until I finish this book. I did finish the book. Or did it finish me? I'd like to first and foremost say this is a 5-star read. This is crazy. I've had 2 5-star reads in the space of 1 week, But like, hear me out. Everyone needs to read the series ASAP. I've ordered book 4. It's coming in the next couple days, so might even be me starting book 4 in this video. But I have finished Lady of Ashes. Yeah. I don't want to say anything, I don't want to say any spoilers, but if you've not picked this series up, please go and pick it up, because right now I cannot even put words and thoughts together about the end of this book. I need to like sit on this book for the next like 20-30 minutes, maybe hours. I need to just like go through everything that just happened at that end of the book, because I am in shock, I am in disbelief, I am screaming, crying, throwing up. We have read about 270-ish pages, so we have definitely read 150 pages today, and I am actually going to be starting a new book later on tonight. I think I'm going to start is Fading Desire by BJ Dolan. I'm trying to get through my TBR a little bit more in this video. I'm going to pick up Fading Desire. I think this will be a good one. I think it will be good to start it, and then hopefully it will get me going, so then we can just keep reading 150 pages a day, because I do not want to fail a day while I am working and have to read 250 pages. I do not want to have to do that. Unless I'm like actually just reading and I end up reading 250 pages, but I do not want to like have to read 250 pages while I'm working. So I think it will be a good one to get into tonight, and I also think I'm going to enjoy it. I'm pretty sure it's quite sad. So I'll just read the back out for you. It says, she swore she'd never fall for him, now she doesn't even remember that she did. Maya always knew the rules. You don't fall for your best friend's brother, but Tommy was different, charming, protective, and utterly off limits. One moment Maya is holding on to the greatest love she's ever known. The next, Tommy is just her best friend's brother, a stranger. As Maya tries to piece her life back together, Tommy is forced to relive their love story alone, torn between protecting her and fighting for the truth of what really happened, or who. A heart-wrenching, steamy romance filled with longing, second chances, and the kind of love that refused to be erased. I think it's going to be really good, and I'm kind of in the mood for that kind of vibe, so I think this is what we're going to read. It's just over 300 pages. So basically, if I read a decent chunk of this today, and then we read like 150 pages tomorrow, then like Thursday I could finish it. And well, it depends on how much I read today, but I think like potentially I could finish it in like 2-3 days, obviously with reading 150 pages a day. Last reading update of the day. It is now 20 to 9, and I have been reading some of things I have started it. I'm going to read a little bit more, but I'm currently on page 64. I am enjoying our two main characters. So we have the main girl Maya, and then we also have the future love interest, which is Tommy, who is the guy that's on the back, who's the best friend's brother, who is everything that is on the back of the book revolves around him basically. So I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm gonna read probably a little bit more tonight, probably not loads. Honestly, I'm planning on to only read like chapter like 10, which is like another like 12 pages, page 76, but I'm happy that I started this. In pages wise, obviously I finished Lady of Ashes, which was about 270 pages, and I did listen to a bit of the Dragon Republic. I ended listening to like 40-ish pages of that, and then obviously I've read like 60 pages of this, so I will give you an actual page count tomorrow. Okay, so it is now day 3 of reading 150 pages a day for a week, and I have the numbers from yesterday. So of Lady of Ashes I read 272 pages, of the Dragon Republic I read 42, and then of Fading Desire I read 96, so that is a total of 410 pages. I am like taking the 150 page goal and like doubling it at this point. which is crazy, but I have been sat this morning reading Desire by BJ Dolan. I am really enjoying it. I did, at the front of the book it says there's some trigger warnings, and I don't normally look at trigger warnings, but this in particular, it said it's not a dark romance but it has darker themes. So I was like, I'm just gonna have a look, and there was they put them at the back of the book on purpose because there is spoilers in the trigger warnings. And at the moment I'm on page 222 and I find myself waiting for that, which is my own fault for looking at it, but I am really enjoying it. I enjoy our main characters, Maya and Tommy, and I enjoy like the dynamics with the friend groups and stuff, so I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying where it's going. I'm on page, like I said, 222, which is chapter 31, so I have actually nearly read 150 pages this morning and it's only 7:47. I have like 50 minutes left to go to work, so I'm hoping to get as far through this morning as I can, and then I can finish it off later and start a new book later tonight. I'm like on a reading grind these past couple of days. Ever since I got out my reading slump and I got over being sick last week, I have just read and read and read and read pretty much like constantly, and I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, I am enjoying this. So we are currently I think I've currently read about 120 pages today, so I have about 30-ish pages left to read for the 150 pages today, although I will probably just finish off Fading Desire today. And I have I think chosen my next book, but I will talk about that later on tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna read a bit more of this before I have to go to work. So it is like 9 o'clock right now, but I wanted to just kind of give a little update for today. So I have ended up finishing Fading Desire by BJ Dolan. I did enjoy this book. I think I settled on like a 3.5 star. I literally said in my review that I did really enjoy it, but like I was saying earlier, I looked at the trigger warnings, which I never do, and I spoiled a part of this book for me, and I did say that it was probably my own fault, and if I didn't know that, it would probably be a 4-star and above. But I did really enjoy this, but that does mean I did do my 150 pages today. I don't know exactly how many pages I did today. I've not added it up, but I will let you know tomorrow morning when I do my check-in. But I'm gonna start this book tomorrow morning, I think, or I might read the first chapter tonight, I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna be starting The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy by Bridget Knightley. This is a old Dramini fanfiction which has been traditionally published. Obviously, storyline, plot, characters have changed to an extent. I have been really wanting to pick this up. One, I love it, like the cover is so cute and pink, and the under the dust jacket is so cute and pink. But I was like looking at the books on my TBR, looking at the books that I just haven't read, and I was just like, this is kind of the vibe of book that I want, and enemies to lovers. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be a duology, so I think the next book is coming out next year. So I would really like to read this to see if I would enjoy it. So it is reading update time. So first of all, let's talk about how many pages I read yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I ended up reading 230 pages. So I ended up reading 222 of Fading Desire, and then I did end up reading 8 of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I've since read a little bit more this morning of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, and I'm now on page 50, which is chapter 3. These chapters are quite long, which I don't normally love long chapters, especially at the start of a fantasy book. I'm trying to get into the world, but I think it will be fine. I'm kind of enjoying the longer chapters because there's a lot of scene changes, so it doesn't quite feel as like they are as long, but I am enjoying this book so far. I'm enjoying the way this storyline is going to kind of go. So basically the main storyline is we have a healer and an assassin, and they are on different ends of the thing. Healers don't work with assassins, assassins don't work with healers, but the assassin has a condition that basically if left how it is, he will die. So he has hired the healer in secret because it is very frowned upon for them to work with them and to try and help. And she's like, well, I can't help you, like there's not a cure for this, it's incurable. And then he's like, yeah, well, the person said that you had a theory that you did at when you were at school basically. And she's like, yeah, but it's all like a fantasy, like it's a myth, like I've never tried it. He's like, try it on me because I'm gonna die either way. That's kind of where I'm at right now. She's gonna work with him. Okay, so now home from work, and I know I said I'm gonna read The Irresistible Urge to Fall Your Enemy and then I can read Lady of Embers. Well, Lady of Embers show has been delivered, and I'm so excited that I actually don't think I could pick up The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy and enjoy it. With this here staring at me, I need to read this book. Like, I actually don't think I can mentally cope reading another book other than this one. So, change of plan. I'm gonna read Lady of Embers. I don't even care. Do you know, I don't even care. I'm gonna read this. I will finish The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy after Lady of Embers, but that won't be in this video because I'm only filming this obviously today and tomorrow. Like tomorrow's the last day of this, but I have to. I'm sorry. Sorry to those that were excited for me to read The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I have to read this. Today is day 5, the final day of reading 150 pages a day for a week. So yesterday I ended up reading 187 pages. I read 113 of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, 48 of Lady of Embers and 26 of The Dragon Republic. Today I'm already behind. I've read 20 pages this morning and I have to leave for work in like 20 minutes. So today might be a struggle because I'm in at 8:45, won't get home till after 5, and I'm probably gonna be pretty tired. I feel so tired this morning, so probably tonight will be a big audiobook session. I don't really mind as long as we get the 150 pages done. So far I am enjoying all my books. I'm enjoying Lady of Embers. I'm just slowly getting into it before I can binge it on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm trying to continue reading The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I find that it's very fast paced for me and it's easy enough to understand. Like, I don't 100% all the big words, I don't really know what was going on, but it's easy enough for me to follow and understand what's going on. And then obviously The Dragon Republic I am listening to, so that's easy enough for me to keep going with. But I'm gonna read a little bit of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy before I have to leave, and then hopefully we can do the rest of the pages tonight. And if not, we're gonna have to bring this over to tomorrow and read 150 pages or 250 pages on Saturday, which obviously is not the plan. But if we fail, I do have to do it tomorrow as well. So I actually can't really comprehend thoughts right now. I don't know what I last said, but it's now like 9 o'clock and I am reading The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy tonight, because it's honestly such a quick, easy read. And although I am kind of finding the really long words, like the big words that are smart words, are taking me out the story a little bit, so I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would, which is kind of disappointing. But also, like, maybe I just went in with like higher expectations. But I have about 40 pages left that I need to read tonight. I'm going to push through and read these last 40 pages. I am not really, like, I don't want to pick up Lady of Embers while I'm tired and like not kind of remember things. And I did listen to a chapter of The Dragon Republic while I played on my Switch a little bit, but I do not have time to listen to the rest of it on audiobook because I do have to get up for work in the morning, and if I do not get enough sleep I will be a mess tomorrow. So I'm gonna read the last like 40 pages that I need to read. I think I need to read page like 130 something. I'm not sure. I'm gonna add up after I film this. I'm gonna add up how many I actually need to read, and I'm just gonna probably read to that point or to the end of that chapter or something. So this is editing Christina coming in to tell you how many pages I read each day and of what books, and give you my final thoughts on each books. So on Monday we read 259 pages of Lady of Ashes, and we did listen to like 100 pages of The Dragon Republic. Then on Tuesday I read 272 pages of Lady of Ashes and did finish it and gave it a 5-star read. And then I read 42 pages of The Dragon Republic and 96 pages of Fading Desire. And then on Wednesday I read 222 pages of Fading Desire and 8 pages of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. I also did end up finishing Fading Desire, which was a 3.5 star. Then on Thursday I ended up reading 113 pages of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, 26 pages of The Dragon Republic, 48 pages of Lady of Embers, and then on Friday, which was our final day, I ended up doing 18 pages of The Dragon Republic, 23 pages of Lady of Embers and 128 pages of The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. So in total every day, on Monday I read 259 pages, Tuesday 410 pages, Wednesday 230 pages, Thursday 187 pages and Friday 169 pages. So in this video we did end up finishing 2 books off, Lady of Ashes, which was a 5-star, and Fading Desire, which was a 3.5, but we also ended up continuing The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang and starting Lady of Embers and The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!